Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Second Innings Chronicles. And today I have with me Ms. Shreeja Narayanan. She's a Mumbai based trauma informed interventionist who works with women and teens. And she helps people heal using CBT, NLP. And for our podcast, it's important to know that she's transitioned from a career in tech to counseling and therapy. So I welcome Shreeja. Hi,
Hi,
Shreeja.
Kavita. Yeah. Thank you so much for
How
inviting
are
me
you?
to this podcast.
Yeah, my pleasure. And I've been looking for people who have made this transition from something very conventional to something which is not they're not like what to say, not originally trained for, and then it was like following their passion, or they have found that calling later on
Right.
in life. And so I want to chronicle the journey, because the transition in such a space becomes a journey as such. Sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's difficult, challenging. So I just wanted to bring out all the aspects of the transition, and that's why I have started this podcast, so that many people also get to know that it is not like a 6 week or 8 week journey, that you do something and then you are something else and start earning from that something else within 6 or 8 weeks. And this was a bit kind of myth busting, plus also actual lived experiences of people who have made that transition. Thank you, Shrija, for agreeing to come. So, for our viewers, if you could just explain, like, what was your career like? Like, I understand that your career has been in tech, and how was it? What was your career trajectory before that, and what made you come to counseling, therapy, interventionist, all this?
Okay. For me, it has been a very interesting journey. There were two major reasons, okay, as to why I have chosen this particular field. So, the first thing was I grew up watching my father. So, he worked
Mm-hmm.
with the central government and he was with the Provident Fund Department. And
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays and Sundays, he would also take clients. He would help people through clinical hypnotherapy. And I
Mm-hmm.
have seen people benefiting from his sessions. Saturdays and
Mm-hmm.
Sundays, we would have a lot of guests coming over and he wouldn't charge them anything. So
Mm-hmm.
I could see the changes happening in people. So that was one of the reasons. And the second thing what happened was uh, I chose this field of computer programming and software development. And I was doing quite well. I was a project lead in a company. And then all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden, I started getting these health issues, spondylosis, sciatica. And somehow I just realized that after one project gets over, there's another deadline. There's yet another deadline. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really happy with all the hard work I'm putting in. I wasn't getting any free time and I couldn't interact a lot with the outside world. So
Mm-hmm.
then there was one day when I was not able to get up from the bed. My entire back was like paralyzed. It was very bad. So
Mm-hmm.
I treatment, then I went to a physiotherapist and she was the person, I'm still
Mm-hmm.
in touch with her. She was the person who introduced me to books by Louise Hay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a complete game changer. I realized how the mind body connection works, how thoughts influence the way our body reacts to situations and
Mm-hmm.
people. And when I started reading more of what she had written, I realized that it is not difficult to take this up. It is not
Mm-hmm.
difficult to follow. Everyone can do it, but it's just that somehow we don't realize the importance of it. And
Mm-hmm.
then slowly I started implementing those practices. I realized that my health began to improve. I felt that why not take it to the other people as well?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware of any certificate courses or anything like that. My father has given me a lot of knowledge in the field of hypnotherapy, but you
Mhm.
need a certificate, right? So I thought I might as well enroll with NLP coaching. And then
Mhm.
I found a very good mentor and a very good guide in Anil Thomas. So I was
Mhm.
able to pick up a lot of things from his courses. And once I did that, I realized that there are people whom I'm able to help whenever anyone approaches with any particular situation in their lives. I was able to guide them, and they were giving me good feedback. So then I
Mhm.
thought I might as well, enroll for the counseling course which Anil Anil Thomas takes, and
Mhm.
it has actually worked wonders in my personal life as well as professional life. So I'm able to have a lot of patience, give space to the clients who come up, and when I see the twinkle in their eyes, I really get the satisfaction of having done something positive, having made an impact in their lives.
Mhm.
So uh, and this has 110% impact on your overall well-being and health.
Mhm.
Mental health works. Mental health is so important that uh, I don't know. People just don't. I still feel people are yet to understand the real value of having very good mental health. And
Mhm.
I also realized the power of words and language. Words can, destroy a person's uh, way of looking at life. Words can also build him up. Words can heal. So yes, language plays a very important role, and that is when I realized how NLP techniques can be utilized to create a sense of healing in people. And another part of what happened in between the software thing and the counseling thing is a little bit of interesting workshops which I used to conduct for children. I still do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's actually based on story writing and poetry. Poetry sometimes, children or people in general, everyone is not interested in poetry. So to
Mhm.
create that kind of interest, to show them how words can be used in a variety of ways to generate interest in children, and
Mhm.
story writing. When I was taking these workshops for children, and at the same time I was doing this course in the counseling thing,
Mhm.
I realized that you can use story writing as a tool to remove certain mental blocks from people. What happens is you get to create a distance. If a
Mhm.
person has undergone some trauma or is undergoing some problem in his daily life, through the characters in a person's story, he doesn't feel that he is, looking at the trauma or looking at the problems in his life. It creates a kind of dissociation, and that helps the person think in a variety of different ways, trying to find choices to, an existing situation. So yeah, it has been a very interesting journey.
So, you shared about your father, like he would help people through hypnotherapy.
Mm.
So, had you learned something from him also, like techniques in hypnosis, hypnotherapy?
Yeah, he had taught me quite a lot of things. uh, his name is Dr. P.K. Narayanan. Okay, he's quite well known in Kerala. I mean, he passed away in November 2024. So he taught me a lot of things, and I've observed his cases, the case studies. He has he's maintained a file of all kinds of case studies. He's conducted workshops. Till the very last moment, he was a very active person in this field, even after retirement from the government services. So, what happened was, you need a certificate, right? When he was practicing, it was in the 1980s and 1970s and 1990s. In those days, word of mouth was good, and the impact that he would have on clients. But nowadays, if I need to practice, I need a certificate.
Mhm.
So that is why I thought I'll go with NLP and then CBT.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
You
after
never,
so
you never thought of getting certified, say, in hypnosis, hypnotherapy, or something like that, or is it
I
there in your
find
mind?
it is there in my mind, but it is just that somehow I feel nobody can, reach the benchmark which
Hmm.
he was doing. He was really good at it. So unless and until I get convinced that I can, learn from somebody else, it'll take some time for me to find the right channel. Yeah.
Nice. And how long have you been in the space of, intervention, helping people?
I think since the last 4 years.
Acha. Okay. Wow. And like, was that the shift only because of your, the health condition? Was it like a drastic shift, or was it like a gradual decision that you know, chose to make of shifting from one this career to becoming, like, say, an interventionist or a therapist counselor?
I would say it was a gradual shift because when I started taking workshops, I learned to interact a lot with people, and I really loved interacting with children, their moms. It was very nice. It was a very good experience. And at the same
Mhm.
time, I was interacting with my physiotherapist. She would send me a lot of material. I went through a lot of books on mind body connection.
Feeling, yeah.
And I realized that, when I started practicing these techniques, it made a huge impact on my mental health, my physical health. So I realized that this is my calling, and I thought I'll really jump right into it, get as many certifications as possible and start practicing. So
Mm.
initially, yes, there was this slight hesitation. Will I be able to do this? Then I thought that we all learn by practice and experience, right? So after I took my first client, I was really confident. I thought I can manage, and I'm doing a good job. I'm quite confident about it. Yeah.
And like, were you continuing to work during this whole transition period, or you had stepped out from work?
I was continuously taking workshops for kids.
No, no,
Uh,
not that one. The tech work.
the tech work I left, it was very bad. It had a very bad impact on my back and neck. I was literally wearing that collar, my spondylosis was at its worst.
Mhm. So for health condition, you kind of left
Yes.
it and then transitioned to the workshop with children for poetry and all. And then by the time you were building up your
Right.
credentials for becoming an interventionist. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. So was it, would you say it was like a very well planned, like you thought ahead, or you just went with the flow?
No, it was well planned. So
Mhm.
I remember in the year 2023, I
Mhm.
uh, I was I am an organized person, but I had never, bought a planner and written down goals. And I never
Mhm.
till the year 2023, it was just random. I would just write something in a diary. That was it. But
Mhm.
in the year 2023, I just bought myself a very good planner. I jotted down whatever I had to do very much in detail.
Mhm.
So I followed each and every step. First step was, ABC certification, basic NLP practitioner. Then I went for the master's training. Then I took
Mhm.
this up, the diploma in
Mhm.
counseling. And still, there's a lot of things, to achieve. But it was well planned. Yes, it was
Mhm.
planned, and I think that is what helped me achieve these things. If it
Mhm.
hadn't been well planned, it would have been quite random and I wouldn't have achieved everything. Yeah.
Mhm. And did you, when you were stepping down from, say, a good career in tech, uh, did you think that maybe I'll give myself a few years for my coaching thing or whatever I want to pursue on the side? And then did you have a plan B, like what if it doesn't work and all that stuff?
Uh, I had taken a year's sabbatical, okay, from
Mhm.
everything. And I had taken my own sweet time. I thought the most important thing at that time was to recover from the pain.
From your health
So,
condition, yeah.
yeah, to recover from that. So what I did was I took a year's break, and in the meanwhile, I just noted down all the goals. And then I was finding out information on what courses to pursue, certifications, etc. And at the same time, I would also discuss with my father whether this would, help me. Was it aligned with my
Mhm.
goals, etc. So he
Mhm.
just said, whatever you do, just make sure that you're happy doing it. And I think that is the best advice that I ever received from him.
Mhm.
So I realized that this is my calling. Whenever I do something in this field, it helps me so much. It gives me a lot of happiness from within.
Mhm.
So, plan B was the workshop thing, which I was doing with my children. So that helped me stay busy and also focus on this. And
Mhm.
then now the plan B is, it is a little bit behind. I do it occasionally, not very, not always. And I
Mhm.
completely focus on this field now.
Mhm. What do you think would have been the factors that gave you certainty in this direction, like in this choice?
Hmm. That's a very nice question. Um, I, when I mingle with people in my neighborhood, among my friends and relatives, in all possible social circles, I come across people who they are so busy in their 9 to 5 jobs, or there are so many people who are not even working. uh, they are consultants or business people, but they have ignored their body and their mental health to such an extent, and it is like they are driven by some machine. They get
Mhm.
up, they do this, they go to sleep. They don't even know how important time is, how years are flying by. And they don't even know that just with a small mindset change, with a single step that they take, they can change the entire way they live life. They can actually live life in a healthy manner and be happy.
Mhm.
So when I saw that this is happening all around me,
Mhm.
so that is when I realized why people like us are so valuable to the society, because we know
Mhm.
how we can, guide them and help them to come out of all negative situations which hold them back from achieving their potential. Yeah.
Mhm. And do you think, like, what were the possible resources that you had at that point of time
Hmm.
when you were starting off, like both internal and external? What gave you that, surety that I can pursue this, I can do this?
The most important thing when I was going through a very bad phase at that point of time was my physiotherapist's pull in the right direction.
Mhm.
I have no idea why she came up with this suggestion that
Mhm.
I go through Louise Hay's books. She could have just completed her session and I would have come out of her clinic. But
Mhm.
uh, the way she held space for me, she held my hand and she told me that, why don't you just give this a try? That was the
Mhm.
turning point in my life. I think that was a very big resource
Mhm.
I needed at that point of time, outside my family.
Mhm.
And then there was no turning back. I started reading every possible book available on mind body health. So that was one of the resources. And another thing would be, somehow I feel that God has always been there with me. I have complete faith. So even
Mhm.
before I put my next step, even if it is uncertain, I know that there will be somebody to hold me over there.
Mhm.
So the other resource I have is immense faith that I'm going to make it. Yeah, God is there with me.
Mhm. Nice. And what was your belief about yourself, that you could take it forward?
I
Or
was
rather, have you ever gone through a patch of, say, self-doubt? Like, is this the right path? Like, maybe, in coaches, like I have heard, they have those vein, like in between lean periods when there are no clients, or, they are in that transitioning period, neither here nor there. So there is a chance that you get into a bit of self doubt, like, have I taken the right decision? Is this, so what helped you through those times, if I may ask?
So self doubt, as in, I was confident that I would be able to talk to people. Okay, I was not
Mm,
doubtful about the techniques that I'm following. I was only a little bit of inhibition, maybe in the social media marketing space. So I would see that, how people are marketing their services and
mm,
posting videos. So then I decided, if there's no harm in learning from someone, right? So I would observe how
mm,
people do it. That was the only area of self doubt that I ever had. Even now,
mm,
I love to learn. I observe people. If somebody is good at it, why not learn from them? So observe how they
mm,
do it, observe their body language, observe the type of videos they upload. And nowadays, many people use AI. So then
mm,
I decided to, just sit for a workshop, observe how the person was teaching,
mm,
how to use AI in your social media marketing, Instagram reels, and all that. So that benefited a
mm,
lot. So if my technique of handling self doubt is to, gain more knowledge. If I
mm,
feel that I'm lacking somewhere, I go ahead and learn more on that, and then that is what happens. It sets me free from self doubt. Yeah.
mhm. And did you face any challenges during this full journey?
Uh, Yes, the main challenge that I faced was of transference, and that was very
Mhm,
bad initially.
mhm,
So that was actually very bad. I had to learn how to, come out of it.
mm,
Um, Especially in certain situations where people have lost their parents, and at that time I was also going through a very lean phase.
mhm,
So I asked my mentor, I asked a couple of other therapists how they would handle it. I also went for therapy, which so I don't find there's any harm in seeking therapy. Even sometimes a
mm,
counselor himself or herself can seek therapy if they really want to. And then
mm,
through that, I understood how to handle the transference part of it, how not to allow the client's issues to affect you.
mm,
So once I learned how to do that, now I'm in a much better space. Now it doesn't affect me much.
mhm. Also, any challenges in this space where, because you were shifting from a pushy job in a software or tech, whatever,
Mhm.
and you are shifting to something which is, sorry, it's electricity. Just
That's okay.
you're shifting into something which is little unconventional. So, were there any challenges in terms of, people telling you, like, what are you doing, or uh, why this whole thing, and you have something good with you, just stay with that. Were there anything like that, anybody else doubting you, or uh, asking you about your decisions?
No, I have been very lucky to get a very supportive family. Neither my parents nor my husband or anybody else, they never told me or questioned me about my decision. I would sometimes wonder that I'm, very busy in this 9 to 5 job. What would I do if initially you don't get clients? Sometimes there might
Mm-hmm.
be a lean period when you don't get clients. So then how do I keep
Mm-hmm.
myself busy? So then I decided that why do I have to, depend on only this thing to keep myself busy? So I used to continue taking workshops for children on the
Mm-hmm.
weekends, sometimes as per my convenience. And I joined other things, I decided to go for Kathak classes. I decided to keep myself occupied, be happy in general, following whatever I want to learn, whatever I have been wanting to learn. So all this helps me be physically and mentally alert, active, busy. And I think that also helps a lot towards the counseling space.
Mm-hmm. And what was the kind of support that you kind of expected, and also what did actually support look like for you?
In this, with respect to this space which I've taken up now, the
Yeah,
counseling.
yeah, now or before, or even the whole transitioning period?
Hmm. Hmm. So, the most important thing was my family didn't depend, they didn't have to depend on me for financial support.
Mm.
Okay, so that is a very important factor, if somebody is starting out
Yes.
on his own. So, luckily for me, that issue wasn't there. So, I was 110%, I was able to put my mind into this space, into the counseling space. And something, I mean, sometimes, yes, I do feel, that uh, certain cases come up, certain clients come up to you, and then you realize that they have a certain uh, issue that you need to have more research on. So
Mm.
at that time, I feel that we should be part of a bigger circle or a group where people discuss all these case studies and all. So that is one of the areas where I would like to have more support. When we
Mm.
discuss a lot of client case studies, we get a lot of knowledge about how to deal with situations. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that's it.
Yeah. And Shrija, if someone like from your, say, someone who's new and who's thinking of making this whole transitioning into a, say, coaching space or a, a therapist slash counseling space, what advice would you give them? Rather, what learnings that you have had in this whole journey that you can pass on to me to make that journey smoother and, I don't know, maybe speed up or anything that could help them in that journey?
Hmm. So, first and the most important thing is such a person should first analyze whether this is really his calling or not.
Mm.
So, once they are 110% sure about it, then the next step is to gain as much knowledge as possible, certifications, get certified. And then you get, I wouldn't say 100% confidence, but you get at least 90% confidence that now, yeah, you are good enough to start. And then when you start, it's a completely different, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, it's a completely different journey altogether once you start talking to people. When you have that compassion within you, when you have the capacity to offer a safe space to someone, there would be nothing that can hold that person back.
Mm.
So if that person is really confident that he is made for counseling, then I don't think anything can hold him back. It all depends. Yeah, and it finally, the same words that my father said, whatever it is that makes you happy, do it. So it really works.
Yeah, that kind of sums it. You need to be happy and also understand whether what was the why behind, the
Yes,
thing that you really
yes,
want to do.
yes. And maintain a
And
strong circle, the circle of
mm,
you have to be in a group of counselors, therapists, read a lot, gain a lot of knowledge. And there shouldn't
mm,
be any inhibition on asking questions. What if this question makes me look silly in front of all these people? No, you should never have that inhibition in your mind. Yeah.
mm. And I also feel the ecosystem, any ecosystem where you could get in a lot of practice and lot
Hmm.
of reps for whatever thing you want to pursue, that really helps in building up that confidence also. Like,
Absolutely.
because
Yes.
nowadays we see a lot of these on social media, a lot of advertisements on people saying that come do this weekend course and you will start earning
Hmm.
within the
Hmm.
next whatever weeks, you will start getting a 4 figure, 5 figure, 6 figure, whatever comes to mind. People say that, and that's where I feel that whole miscommunication or thing happens, because without practice and without thing having the without the skills actually getting into embodying the skills, it becomes very challenging for someone to start thinking of earning money uh, from the space, is what has been my experience. Like, what would you like to say about that?
I feel money is important, but it should not be the only motivating factor. It is secondary.
Mhm.
If you excel in your job, money just comes along. And even if you wish to stop money at that point of time, it won't stop flowing. So
Mhm.
get your knowledge and your certifications in place, get a lot of practice, and then just jump into the arena. If you are really good at it, you will earn like anything. Just because of some course, offering you money, I don't think you should just go and enroll for it. Money is not
Mhm.
the only motivating factor.
Correct. Shrija, what needs of yours do you think are being met with your present coaching practice, or yeah, with this career choice, which were not being met, say, in your tech career or something?
Hmm. So there's a huge difference. In my tech career, I was not able to meet anybody outside that particular circle. It
Mm-hmm.
was uh, it was a very boring thing, 9 to 5, and it was impacting my health. I was not doing anything which is fulfilling my. It was not giving me joy. When I help somebody else solve their issues, when help someone heal, it gives me a lot of bliss and there's immense joy in my heart. And that is visible from the way I, live uh,
Mm-hmm.
life in general. So it removed a lot of my health issues. When you are happy from within, this mind body connection, I don't know how it works, but it is amazing. Your
Mm-hmm.
physical health becomes really good. You get interested in so many things. You have a proper nutritious diet. You feel like taking care of yourself. And that joy I find when I help other people heal. So I'm actually very happy that I took this decision.
Mm-hmm. So, or your health, your back issues, and all are kind of in the back window right now, like in
Yes,
the
there
rear
was
view mirror.
yes, yes. There was this doctor who told me, Madam, you just forget about Kathak, and I'm telling you, you'll never be able to sit cross-legged on the floor. And
Okay.
I said, I'll just show you. It doesn't work
Mm-hmm.
that way. And within a span of 3 months, I was back to my dance. I actually every day I sit cross-legged down on the floor and I eat my lunch. I was able to do that. So, mental health is something which we must all prioritize.
Mm-hmm. And anything that you any of the skills that you had in your earlier career or earlier education that you were able to transfer into this part of your career.
Hmm. I had a lot of patience because I used to handle teams, and there were many children, who had just graduated and they would be there and they would make a lot of mistakes. I had to handle all that. There was a lot of patience right from the beginning. So that
Mhm,
skill has helped me even now. I can
mhm,
listen without interrupting, unless and until, of course, if it is needed. But I have a lot
mhm,
of patience in listening to a person to understand what is the difference between his. I have the patience to wait to uncover the problem which is hiding behind the presenting problem. So that
mhm,
one skill has helped me, and the other is documentation. Each and everything that I observe in an interaction, I just jot it down. It helps me a
mhm.
lot. So these two things, yes.
So what do you think is your next step in this journey of helping women and children heal?
I would like to, step out of that clinic scenario where you meet one on one. I would like to
Mhm,
step out of this. I would like to be a part of a group where we conduct courses, classes, or workshops for people who want to learn. And also, I would also, it's my dream to, talk on a public platform. I don't know when it will be. true, but I would
Mhm.
love to be a TEDx speaker one day, whenever that
Mhm.
happens.
Mhm. Maybe not
So,
that in the future. It should happen.
yeah, then
Your
I'll be
grace, your
really happy.
presence,
I'll be so happy. Yeah.
your grace, your presence, your patience, everything. It would be nice for people to see that on the stage, right? And I really hope it happens really soon. And yeah, anything else that you think I have not asked you and you would like to address that?
Hmm.
What part
I
of your
think
journey did I not cover?
I think everything pretty much got covered, Kavita. Yes.
Mhm.
You asked the correct questions which brought out whatever I wanted to say on this podcast.
Yeah, just think more, maybe something that I missed. Anything that you would like
Mm,
to share?
Um, I would like to tell each and every woman out there
Mm-hmm.
that they have a lot of hidden potential in them. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that they are not diving deep inside and finding out.
Mm-hmm.
There are many people who are still stuck in the same day to day routines. They can definitely make their lives better,
Mm-hmm.
especially women of the house, because they are
Mm-hmm.
so much engrossed in making people around them feel happy and comfortable that they just ignore their own needs most of the times. So I would
Yeah.
really uh, love it if they take the effort to uh, improve whatever it is that they need to.
Mm. Well, that's a great message. Thank you so much, Shrija, for being here and sharing your journey. And I really hope it helps people who want to transition and you want to do that as what that their path, their calling.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Kavita. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Shrija. Like, share, and subscribe to Second Innings Chronicles for more such journeys. Thank